Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I can see so many people on board. Thank you so much for those who are joining this class. Um, as we said earlier, remember always to join very early because of the time. So I thought it was good to do on Google Meet because I think Zoom, ukienda kwa Zoom utapata iko limited na time, so Zoom iko na 40 minutes of which najua watu wengi wanajua ku waste time. So I think in case tungeenda kwa Zoom inge limit a lot of time on that, and I think we can start our first lesson on how to develop a strategy here, and then we can proceed from there. So this lesson is just going to take shortest time. Najua kuna watu wengi hawapendi masomo ya usiku, but let's base the basic point, and then we will proceed from that. We'll continue with the discussion. Probably another time we have like 20 minutes until we get to the point. So let me share the board. I'm not accepting anyone else. 6 minutes already. Oh, now we are good. Now, okay, let's start with how to develop a strategy. Thank you so much. I can see Elijah, I can see Aram, I can see Felix, I can see Godfrey Mochama, I can see Janet Mubua, Sandra Chalagat, I can see you home, and Mote Wambua, JC, I can see you, Joki, I can see you. So can someone confirm that you can hear me, and then I will proceed.
We can hear you very well.
Thank you for your confirmation. So Haram, you can turn off the camera now so we can proceed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's proceed here now because you can hear me. Now, how to develop a strategy? How to develop a strategy? If you ask me what is a strategy, so many people define like a strategy where you have heard so many traders talking about strategy like ICT. You have heard something like someone is talking about ICT strategy. There are so many strategies that people claim to have. There are someone who will always say that please. There is also someone who will say that I have a working strategy more than the other person. Kuna mtu atasema I have the working strategy than the other person. And what is this strategy? Because there are so many strategies that people use, and these are the strategy that are developed by people. They are actually developed by people. So which means you can even develop your own. It's like the way unaonanga watu wana develop an application. Pia wewe unaweza ingia kwa hiyo nini ya kutengeneza application, unaunda application yako. It's like creating some rules that are going to guide you on that case. The same case, you can just do that, and you can create you can create a strategy that is based on that. Now, our working strategy depends on how you give it the work. There is someone who will work on the strategy. For example, that's why I keep telling you that keep improving your strategy. Keep improving your strategy. For me, I can gain a lot of knowledge. Every time I can check different strategy, but all those strategy, they will help me to that is improve the strategy that I have. Don't be a person who normally skip from one strategy to another. Uko kwa ICT leo, uko kwa hii ingine leo, uko kwa ile ingine leo. It will end up confusing you in everything you know about Forex. My advice to you is to learn how to develop your own strategy. Anzia, let's even your strategy to be at 0. hata ikuwe hata na 10% winning rate, improve that strategy to be 30, improve that strategy to be 40, improve that strategy to be 70, improve that strategy to be 85, 87.1, improve every time. Hata ukipata mtu mwingine anakwambia strategy yangu ina work, don't usiende ukasahau na ile yako. Make sure that the knowledge you gain from that strategy is the strategy that you're going to develop on your strategy. Okay, there is no strategy that is 100%. Every strategy iko na mashida zake, and that's why let me just give you an example. If you go you have the way you have that phone, there's someone who developed it, and if you want to understand the real problem of that phone, anytime it will encounter that phone, if you go to the manufacturer himself, atakwambia hii simu iko na shida hii kwa sababu ya fulani fulani na hii na hii na hii na hii na hii. It is very rare, hata kama utapeleka kwa simu kwa fundi wengine, it will be very rare for them to identify the real problem because they are not manufacturer of that thing. That's why they will not even repair some of the part, but replace kabisa kabisa. The same thing with the strategy. It's very important to develop a strategy that you understand, and that's why unaweza soma ICT, you learn other strategies, but the developer is the only one who understands the problems that comes with ICT. Yes, other traders can trade. I know so many people know about these strategies that are out here, but why, if those strategies are very high winning, why all traders are not profitable? Because it is true, retail traders, most of them, like 90%, lose money, and you meet that it's the retail traders that are applying this strategy. So number one, I advise is use strategy that you develop and you understand on your own like that. In this class, let's just discuss on basics, things that you can be looking into the market so that ujue ikitaka kutrend, so that ukijua kutaka kutrend, what you check on, unaangalia nini, the basic things. So those are going to be helping you so very much in that case. That's very important. Now I'm been going to the chart so that we can just be looking on this issue to see where we can start from. Let me come around this area. For me here, I have a chart. Okay, I have a chart. I have a chart here. So on this chart, the moment you go to that chart, okay, who is this? Let me see. The moment you see this chart, remember the approach. First of all, your strategy that you want to develop, it actually have to contain at least how you approach the market. The strategy that you are using, it actually has to include at least how you approach the chart for the first time. There are some people who go immediately to this, like kuna mtu ataingia directly, and the moment you open the chart for the first time, what you'll be looking at is this. You'll just be going to where the market is, but that is not good, because when we talk about the chart into this one, is actually the representation of history of data, like the history of what market has done previously, of what market has done previously. It's the same thing. If you want to know how the lineage of some people, there are some people who actually look even wanakaanga wanakotabia familia yao ama ukoo wao inakaa na tabia the same. So, and that's why sometimes market now tends to repeat that behavior because of the history. That's why even for pregnant women, if you go to the hospital, probably the moment you are interviewing you, they will ask you, is there anyone who has been in your family who has been having this disease? Ama kuna mtu ashaikuwa na mapacha? All those ones, because they are trying to retrace from your history, because they know from the history something in the future can happen from that history. So that's the same example I'm giving here. Use this. The moment you look, if you want to know where the market is heading, don't look at the market here. You actually have to look even from the past. And this one, by looking on the past, you can start by what we call the highest time frame. So you can now start analyzing from that. The other class I sent a video. I don't know how many people watched that, because last time we talked about time frame alignment. And if you want to know how to approach the market fast, how to approach market, you must learn how to do with time frame alignment. You must know how to align your strategy, how to align your time frame. And when you talk about time frame, you can start with the highest time frame to see how the market has been doing. And when you are using this higher time frame, there's something we call common sense. So you just observe. Observation is what you just look at. And it's not just any pair. Because even before you open a chart, the number one rule on top of what we are talking right now is to be able now to identify or target your pairs. There's someone who will be interested in trading pairs like there's someone who is going to be interested in trading pairs like Euro, USD. There's someone who will be interested. Let me just even clarify this better. There's someone who will be interested in trading. Let me check. There's someone who is trading in stock market. There's someone who will be interested in trading metals like gold. You see, something just like that. Others indices, you see. And you actually have to identify your target. Identify your target first. Where do you want, what do you want into the market? And the moment you are done with that, then now you can open the chart. You can now start looking at the highest time frame to see how this market has been doing. For example, let's look at this market and go to the highest time frame. You can even start with weekly, so that you can now start driving from the top. You can just see from the top. You can just start seeing things from above. From above. If you want to look very far, someone who is, if you want to see far, it's like the drone. If you want to cover the big region to know where something is ending, you actually have to raise. On a vitu ukiwa on the ground, you have actually to raise your hand. You actually have to raise your head high, so that you know you can see things far. Yeah, it's like how you raise the drone to see the whole ground. You see how is this happening, where is this thing ending, hii barabara inaenda wapi, huku kunaenda wapi, hapa ni wapi. You see things clearly, how the market is doing. But if you are walking, you cannot walk with the drone. You cannot, if you are racing the drone, you can see very far, you can see things very far. But when it comes to clearly walking, if you walk with your eyes being like drone, utagongwa na mawe ukiwa unatembea. And that's why you have to look far, so that you can know where you are ending. For example, in the map, you can look everything clear. Uone barabara ya kutoka Kisumu kwenda Nairobi inapitia hivi, but on that one si tutapita juu ama nini, you pita na barabara. Maybe there are some places you can walk, so you have to be looking down, and that is more. And that's why the same thing we are talking about here. Look on the highest time frame, so that you can know how this market has been performing. You analyze on that. You make sure that at least you have your 5 pairs. Select 5 pairs. I think this point has to be helping you so much, because we are not going to repeat this. At least it's going to help you even other ones. You can select at least 5 pairs that you are most interested in. Usikue mtu yule wa kutangatanga. Usikue hapa uko kwa Ngoonde leo, uko kwa Euro USD, uko hapa leo, kesho uko pale. You know that understand. There's time I traded gold for a very long time. Hata ungeniamsha very early in the morning, I could actually nikikwambia the price of gold is trading at 1960. The price of gold is trading at 1961. I'm waiting for this level to be reached, so that I can enter my trend. So I was very aware of that thing. If you want to match up your game so much, if you want to upper your game, don't be someone who is just playing everywhere. My biggest advice is select little amount of pairs, some pairs, at least what, at least five. And if they don't work, leave them alone. If they don't work, you don't have to do that. Kama hazitafanya kazi, achana nazo, but make sure at least you have those pairs. Try them. Those 5 pairs, make sure that you check well, and know that they work to you. The moment they start working to you, they work to you and you understand them. It is very easy for you to go to the calendar and know how to analyze this. It's very easy for you to different factors, and the moment you have those factors, then those can become your favorite pairs that you're going to be looking at. That is what you actually have to know. Now you can now start writing point down by one. I have 5 pairs that I trained. Every morning I have to go to search information about my pairs, my favorite ones. But any opportunity comes to any pairs, I can go there. But if I don't understand things clearly, I cannot just go there. But on this one, if I understand some pairs like this, some like crude oil, I know that this is how it moves. Sometimes even you see yourself knowing where the price will be moving. It's like you sometimes it can even eat your mind to see that, like, your profit, of which ni kuzoea kitu. Sometimes you can be sitting there and say the oil price is going to go this way, and it goes that way. Sometimes it goes this way. This is because of your capability of following something until you understand it more. It becomes your friend, so you understand even every move it makes. Ikienda tu hivi, unajua hii kitu imezoea hivi, inaendanga hivi, you understand the behavior. So the moment you understand the behavior of that one, then you can now start developing a strategy from that. Remember, we are still on the strategy, but this will help you. So developing a strategy is not just like that, because they are not, maybe when you develop a certain strategy, it was to work on a certain pair, but people are doing this and that and all that. So developing on your own strategy that works to your favorite can be very amazing. Now we are on the time frame alignment. Look for the time frame alignment, look at the levels, identify, and that can be especially for the beginners, because you cannot be looking this every day. Yes, you can know, of course, this price what has this level. For example, I know the hot prices was once at 120. I can just be looking something like that, and then I can be analyzing from that. Now looking at this on weekly, you can see, for example, you can say what you write down. You can say that the price of oil in the long time, that is on this level here, the price. Actually, I'm even teaching you how to analyze market in an advanced level. I think you can digest this, but I don't know. But let me because we have stayed alongside before we did a class. I hope you can digest this. So you can see, for example, this market touched the highest around this area. So you can go even to advanced level. You go to this advanced level. And if you want to understand your pair so much so that you can develop a strategy from that, I go, for example, this was on Monday on 30th June 2022. If you go clearly to your calendar, you check well what's actually influenced the price of crude oil to touch this higher. Maybe there was war, maybe there is something influenced this market to touch these areas, and you can start from that. Kuna kitu ifanya hii kitu ikamove from that level, hii kitu ni gani, so that you know when that same thing happened in future, it can influence whether kama ulikuwa na strategy inafanya kazi, you are going to avoid that. But believe me or not, that is part of a strategy. That is the part of strategy. People think that strategy is only based on technical analysis, where you draw lines, you know, I'm going to buy here when the market comes here, but that is part of your strategy. You are very smart to know that when fundamental analysis are here, there are some factors will be affecting my trend, and that you'll be trading as a professional trader and not as someone who is part of retail traders who are always losing from the market. That is going to be helping you so much. Okay, I'm observing a certain trend, so okay, okay, nice. So we are here now. We are done with this time frame and all that. So you can now be looking on that. You go this way, you go this way, and you can see how now this market has been moving. So what you can see here is the market that's after touching this highest prime frame here, then this market continued going all the way down, and then we have trying to recover again, went all the way down, and now you can see that we end a very strong support across this area. So one thing, if you are someone who want to get started on the forex market, these are very easy things that you actually encounter. Apart from all those strategies that you hear, okay, let me find something for you. Okay, let me mention something to you so that you can there are so many people use you have heard about smart money concept, you have heard again about day trading, the ICT you have talked about, but if you go in details in these strategies, it's actually the ones that are manipulated. It's just the ones. It's just the ones that ni kama kukuja na it's the same thing. Ni same thing. Ni ile ile tu ni mandizi tu, ni vile ukitoka Kale unaenda wa Kikuyu, unaenda Waluya, wanatamka to the different, but all the same, it is same mandizi. It's only they are using the different language and to confuse you and all that. But although there are some differences that you can get, but majority of them are based on the factors that we are going to be talking. And number one is support and resistance. So if you learn support and resistance, wherever you go, whether you are going to ICT, smart money, any strategy, you never lack those ones. Utaenda tu utakuta ni vitu zingine. For instance, let me show you something. So first we have said you learn something. You learn what? You learn support and resistance. You learn support and resistance. So let me show you something here about about the ICT. The ICT has some languages that are common to the support and resistance levels. The same thing. So if you are running there finding ICT and you don't know how to draw support and resistance level, they are just going to be confusing you. They are just going to be confusing you. You're going to be hearing something like liquidity. You're going to be hearing something like market structure. All those things are just the same. But time frame alignment was the first, was our first thing. Then the next thing that you're going to be doing here is to be finding the support areas, support and resistance zone. For example, where was this market resistance from? How has this market been moving? Let's just call it the market structure. How is this market moving? After the market achieved that, what did we get from that? Because you can see, for example, even in this case, we got something like this. Some people, you know, you can go to their like SMC, you hear something like underblocks. Okay, you hear something about the underblocks. That's the language you see. But in the same case, we are talking about mostly on support and resistance zone. So that is what you'll be hearing. Swing low, swing highs, that is the ICT. But on the case, you'll be hearing about um, high lows, high lows, low, high highs. That is the same language. So first of all, you actually have to learn to identify the resistance and support areas, and that is going to be helping you so very much. So for example, in this case, in this scenario, you can see how this market has just been moving. And first of all, even before you know how to analyze these things technically, I believe you actually have to know how to utilize this technical instrument, and that is the first lesson in niliwafunza. I can't teach you. Yes, I can teach you forex and all that, but that's why I give you an extra mile so that you can learn from that. And the moment I recommend you to my content that I've created on YouTube, see it. You ukiwatch utaniomosha. You not make me rich, okay? It's just to help you and so that we can utilize time that we have, and it will be very easy for you actually, because the moment I create that video na kuanga nime concentrate, I write all the points down, and then I've shared there so that you can just watch on that. So the moment I recommend you on that is not because of anything else, it's so that you can learn fast. Is like a material, just like sending you a book. So make sure that the moment I send that, you can go through that and you can benefit from that. Now look at this, how this market has just been moving. So we saying make sure that you learn how to use this technical instrument here, because kuna mtu maybe ajui kutumia hizi utu tuharu, anauliza utu tunaweka wapi, aka ni kanini, aka ni kanini. So those things you actually have to learn how they work, because they are going to be very easy for you. So let's draw something here so that you're helping us to draw a little something here. And for example, you can see how this market was moving all the way. Let's even start from this zone here, and then after that market moved from this zone, you can see how it dropped all the way down. I know so many people love the technical side. Okay, there's arrow I've not identified here. I don't know. I'm going to get it horizon. Oh, sorry, I've created several of them here. I was looking for this arrow here. You can see that, but after from this zone, this how this market is moving, this, and now we have very strong resistance, our support area that we have here. So if you look from far, you can see this market is trying to, on the trend, is trying to go up and at least come back again after eating all the way here. So the potential for this in the highest time frame, if you look at this, you see somewhere here, because already we earned a resistance level that was formed across this area, across that area, and now you can be putting your potentials around this region here. So in your highest time frame, one thing that you actually know is that this market, with time, whether maybe in 6 months or 2 months, this market is ending up, because you can see that trend, market moving down and up and up. And more so on this, you can see how these two candles that was formed in this area, the market got resistance twice across this area here. So this becomes the area of interest. So in case we get another market that is will be trying to go above this, for example, we get another one that will be trying to move above that, slightly above that, then that will be your confirmations. Now that is now the market that will be heading purely upward, and we are going to be getting the market that is moving all the way up, and that is what you just be looking at. And now you have the clues, where this market is actually ending, and that's the first point that we have. Now you have identified, you're trying to draw these things in a highest time frame. Now you can scale now But remember, first of all, let me even start here, because you learn is not that you're going to be using my strategy, that I'm showing you the basic thing. You learn how to draw support and resistance level, but you teach yourself how to reason out. So support and resistance level in IS time frame is very important. You know the trend of the market in either six. Look far, and you know the market will just be ending, because sometimes it will be in your favor. If you know the market is ending somewhere, you will take that direction. If you know this direction leads to if you know you are going to Nairobi, and you know this road links you to Nairobi, and then you take that route and you go, even if you have so many stops and all that, at least that road will never lead you astray. You know, you at least you're going to the right path. You are going to the right path, rather than not knowing where you are going, but you are hoping. So that's why I now differentiate between professional traders and good traders, because professional traders know what they are doing. The moment they enter a trend, they can be patient, because they know eventually the market will come and go to that direction. If the market is going to where you think it is going, this market, I'm very confident this market will be going all the way up. But on the other side, we as retail traders, mostly we rely on hopes. This market, I hope it will go to this direction. I hope it's going to do this. Hope is not a strategy. Hope will never be a strategy. So you know what you're doing first of all, and then things are going to be aligning yourself. So you learn this. So the difference how to draw the support line, apart from the support that we see happening, for example, like in this zone, there are other support and resistance zone that are on trend line. Trend lines, knowing how to draw proper trend lines will help you so very much. And if you want to master that, you can go to the day time frame. That will help you so much to master that. For example, look at how we looked at this market. Remember this in IS time frame? Yes. Look at this. Now look at, you can see in 1 day time frame we have this now trend line that we have drawn in this area. And remember what we said. We said this candle is very important, but remember all these candle, like many of them here, like 5 of them will make one candle that we saw. And that's why we say in case we get a breakout towards this line across this area here, then we are getting the market that is going to be trending all the way up, and this market may touch across this region. Now that is what we are looking at. No, look at the smallest time frame that you have in terms of strategy. Now that is why you can combine a lot of things so that you can master your strategy. But number one, make sure that you know how to identify support and resistance level. Even not everyone uses that. Whether you are professional or what, everybody uses support and resistance. That's works so well. That's works so well. That's works so well. Everyone uses this, and they work so well. Look at this. For example, look at that. The market that has been touching this region. And how do you know that support and resistance are valid? Is when you have 3 points. The moment you get something like this, the moment you get, for example, this is number 1 that you can see here, and this is number 2 that you can see here, and we have number 4 that you can see around this area. So the moment you have 3 points that has been touched by a trend line, then you know that trend line is valid. Because if you have 2 of them, they will not work, because they can move to any direction. Look at this. 2 are not valid. 2 cannot draw a straight line that you want. For example, 3, when you have 3 points, it can draw very gaunt line. For example, on this you can connect this and this. That cannot be a trend line. But in case we have another one here, that cannot be a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. 2 lines connecting. So that is what you actually have to know. That, see where peke yako umeona, so many people have seen that, and they are going to act towards that. And also for you, you are going to be acting towards that. You actually have to be very careful on what you are seeing from the market. Look how 1 day time frame look. You can draw your trend line well. Make sure that you know how to draw trend lines well. I have a class lesson that I've taught on how to draw trend line, support and resistance level perfectly so that they can touch between the horizontal and that, and I'm going to be helping you. Look, even the support areas, because these are the support areas that we have, and you can see how this market has been doing. So in this scenario here, in case we get, for me, my focus will be this. In case I get this market moving all the way to this zone, that will be of more advantage than shorting this market when it comes to this area, because you have seen in the highest time frame that there is a favor that this market can be heading up. So in case we get this market coming all the way up, the advantage will not be only a trend line, but of course on the highest time frame you saw the predictions of highest time frame, and uliona kitu inakwambia this market in future can be ending all the way up. Remember, that is what the how you can start. So we are started generally up. Imagine hizo vitu zote tunaongea ni zile vitu ziko juu, hatujaingia in details, because when we come to the details now, how you can just, so that's the principles now how you write your strategy. Okay, now how you start, we have started now to identify how you can start now your strategy. And remember, you can get the book and write, this is my strategy, let me check this, and when there is this, I do this, when there is this, I know it is this, when there is this and this. And that's why we are starting by doing all that towards the trend line, so that we can have perfect things that we are going to be getting. Hope this is helping you so much, and that is what I want you now to understand. So I hope you're going to learn more about the support and resistance zone and time frame elements, so that you can know how you can just start to identify these things. They are going to be helping you. Even if you're a beginner, you're going to master this. You master this so well, you make sure that you master so well, you have your 5 pairs that you want to trend, you know how to, because we even include the fundamental analysis in this finding the strategy. To include peer fundamental, so that I can show you when, if you have that strategy that we have developed, okay, then what are we just going to do? And probably we can come at least with at least some principles from what we have learned to create a small strategy, and we can learn from that, so that it can help you as the traders. Okay, I wanted to finish this class for today from there, because I said I would do it. We have done 40 minutes, and I want us to do it again, so that we can now go deep and analyze and come up with, because we have like another 2 lessons, so that we can go in details, analyze the market, and at least we try to develop a strategy together that everyone can use, and we see whether it is a profitable trender. And after that, if we start applying it, testing it, we can come up to see the mistake that that strategy has and what it can be improved on. And on your side also, you will be developing your own strategy, but based on the big factors like the ones we have talked about. I know I've talked about a lot of things, but I don't want, sitaki kuendelea sana, because I've spit some knowledge that can help you. If I feed you a lot, probably you're going to forget about the first one, but I hope you digest on of what we have discussed in this lesson, and this lesson is going to be of benefit to you. So make sure that you don't miss when we have lessons. I know we have stayed a lot of time without doing these classes, but I know zimekusaidia kidogo. We are going to be having the next lesson, we are going to be arranging on the group. Kama mtataka mtaniambia tu kwa group hapo, if you want us to do to proceed with this lesson, so that we can go the inner details of this, and of course for free, for now for free. Okay, and you see how we can do about that. Thank you so much for joining this class. If you have any question, you can raise the hand, so that I can see any question from this, You can raise the hand. Okay, okay, okay. Let me put you here. Any question from the this side? Um, or if you end some question, actually ungeandika hapo chini. Aram Televisa. So I see you have sent something. What is that, please? You can tell me what is that? What is that? I can't hear you. Yes? Okay. Oh, sorry for that. You were speaking. Kindly, can you repeat again in giving you message?
Okay, I was saying,
Yeah.
if you do not do by mistake about that 3 minutes earlier.
Oh, by mistake. Okay, it is well.
Yeah, sorry, sorry.
Oh, it is well. Someone was raising the hand with that. You can open the microphone and then we are almost winding this. Someone raised the hand. My network was getting lost. Network ilikuwa inapotea. Someone was raising the hand. You can open the microphone and then you can ask the question. Probably it's going to benefit the others. Godfrey, Geoffrey, your hand was up. Yes. You're speaking from very far. Yes. Whether support and resistance is a strategy. Yes? Hello? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, whether support and resistance is the strategy. Okay. Support and resistance, you can use that for doing the strategies. But remember, it's very shallow. For you, it cannot give you things in depth. You can use support and resistance as part of your strategy. But if you want to see things very clearly, then you have to combine with other things, so that you can have a good entry as a strategy. It's ni kama vile unaambiwanga weka a strong password. If you put a very weak password, itakwambia your password is very weak. But if you combine with other things, then your password is going to be very strong. I think that if you want a person to be very strong, use it like many ones, not so many ones utasahau, but at least with few ones, but at least with something sweet inside that can differentiate it with the others, and then it's going to be a strong person. The same thing, kama utatumia support and resistance ikiwa hapo, itakuwa very shallow and very weak. So I think I've answered that. So someone else, and then we can close the meeting. Okay, okay. This okay. I can't see anyone else. So thank you. So thank you so much for those who have joined this class. I hope to see you in our next lesson, where we are going to be diving into of this, but I'll be sending the link so where you can just watch more on how to draw trend line support and resistance, and make sure also you go through the time frame element, and the moment you go through that, then you will be at least on the direction of the path where we are moving. Have a blessed night, and blessing, shalom. Thank you. You can assist now the group. Thank you.
We are really grateful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Welcome.